Hello guys, good to see you today. Mike here on DIY Mike, where I show you how to do it yourself. Today's issue is we have an air conditioner that's not running, and I believe it's the capacitor, and I'm going to show you how to diagnose and replace that capacitor. So let's get right to it. First thing you want to do is check your quick disconnect box outside by the AC and make sure it is in the off position. And you can see the proximity there to the AC. The next thing you want to do, now you need a 5/16 or a 1/4 inch nut driver, but this panel sits here. You just want to remove a couple of the screws, which will be here and one on the opposing side in the same area. And you want to take this panel off. Now we can see the capacitor, which is this shiny thing right here. Sometimes they're not so shiny, they can be pretty rusted at times. So I'm going to show you how we test these. It's held on by a band like this here, and on either side you see right there you've got a 1/4 inch screw, and there's one on the opposing side. So we want to back those out. Now you don't have to take them all the way out, you can just loosen them a little. Yep, there, a little bit more. There we go. So that you can just wiggle this guy out of here. And boom. So here's your capacitor. Now you need to be very, very careful that you do not touch any of these posts. They will knock the hell out of you. Okay, so let's not do that. Now what I do a lot of the time, so I don't have to retrace the wiring, is I will take a picture of how these wires are put on here and or make a note of it. And let me show you what I mean. Let me show you on the new capacitor. See where it says Herm? And then there's a little C, and then it says fan. Okay, now each of these wires here go to a specific post, and this capacitor is also marked so you'll know which one they go to, and you want to make note of that, okay? Either by taking a picture or writing it down, or both. So now that we've got that distinguished, use your needle nose and pry those off of there. Alright, now what you want to do is discharge the old capacitor by running your needle nose across all of the posts. To test that the capacitor is bad, you want to set your electrical meter, if you have one that has a microfarad reading or an MFD, and we're going to take a reading on this capacitor. So to take the reading, you're going to grab your probes, and you want to put one of them on the C post, which is the common. You want to put one of them on the fan, and you want to watch your meter, and you can see that we've got nothing but zeros. So the next one, you want to keep it on the C post and put it on the Herm, which is hermetic for compressor, and wait for our reading to come up, which is a 30. Okay, so that has 30 microfarads to the compressor, but the fan side of this capacitor is dead. The fan should have been reading at 5 microfarads. It's 30 plus 5. 30 for the compressor, 5 for the fan. So we know that this capacitor is bad and we need to install a new one. So to install the new one, use your needle nose again. Make sure you put these back on the proper posts. Now I know which posts they go on. I've been doing this quite a while. Get those guys back on there. You want to take your capacitor, slide it back in, tighten up the screws on the bracket to hold it. And now we can turn the AC on by the breaker out here, because it's already turned on the thermostat, and see if she comes on. And there you go. AC is up and running. Simple and easy capacitor replacement. Hopefully it doesn't take you too awful long to do it. Okay, so I'm going to shut this back off at the breaker, and I'll show you why. So we're going to shut this guy down. Now, I'm going to do a video on how to clean the condensers properly later, but I'm going to do a quick clean on this one. You can see how dirty it is. It's very impacted with grass and cottonwood and dirt, and we need to make sure that that's clean so it's operating efficiently. This is a pretty old unit, so we want to do as much as we can to make it operate right. To do that, we're going to want to re-secure this panel right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's always best to do this with the power off, okay? Make sure you line these holes up. It's very important that you use the same screw in the same hole, because some of them are different lengths. And if you put it in the wrong hole, it will puncture this coil, and then your AC is toast. Okay, so let's not do that. Now this other one, I can't get the drill back here, so I'm going to have to squeeze in front of the camera for a moment. Alright, now that we've got the panel back on, I'm going to remove my tools from the area, and we're going to proceed with cleaning this quickly. Alright, so fortunately for me, there was a hose hookup close by. And when you're spraying this off, you want to use an up and down motion, not so much a side to side. Okay? And this is how it's done, quickly and safely. So the goal here is to not just clean the outside of the coil. You want the water to actually pass through, because there's a lot of dirt that you can't see clogging this thing up. Okay? I want to show you one other thing. You want to make sure that you're not spraying hard enough for it to smash the coils. See how this is smashed all along the bottom? Probably from a lawnmower, weed eater, things like that. You want it to look like that, not like that. Okay? And if the hose sprayer is doing that, flattening those fins out, then you're creating a problem and you're not helping the situation. I just wanted to bring that to your attention real quick. Typically, cleaning these, the best method is to remove this lid and lay it to the side, but I wanted to do it in a way that most homeowners are going to feel comfortable doing it, and you can do it just by spraying it from the outside like I did, but typically you would remove this lid and spray it from the inside out, but this is the safest way for the typical homeowner, and that's why I showed you this method. Let's turn it back on. I can guarantee you that AC is much happier now. This has been DIY Mike, where I taught you how to do it yourself. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment below your experience, like, and subscribe, please. Bye-bye.